Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gabriel Odusanya by name and also goes by the name Gaby Tech. We're going to be going through this video as we're going to be going through Linux command lines in this video for today. As we all know, Linux is an important part in cybersecurity, and you need to know how to navigate your way around Linux. So many people has VMware installed and they are Kali, but they don't know how to use the Linux command line. So here are some of the Linux command lines that make you navigate and file directory and all other things we're going to be learning from this video today. So this is going to be cutting across the navigation commands, file and directory management, system info and monitoring, and then permission and ownership, networking commands, and some other commands um, that are essential for you to know actually. So for the first command, it's going to be pwd, and this command is used for showing your current directory in the system. So whenever you're in a system and you want to see the directory you are in, you just click on pwd and it shows you the directory you're in. As you can see here, I'm in my home directory, game tech directory. So this is the directory I am in right now. And for the second command is ls. This lists the files in a directory. So you want to see all the files in your directory, in the current directory you are, the files or folder you are in the current directory. So just click on ls and you'll see all what you have in that current directory. So in this current directory now, I have this default directory aside the b.sh. That is not I created that one. That doesn't come with the system. So we have the desktop. As you can see, they are all in blue because they are folders. So their folders are going to appear in blue. If they are files, they're going to appear in white format. So that's what we have here to check the directories. Now, if you want to list the files with details, that is files with the permissions, size, owner, and you want to list them with details. So that's how you do it. So say ls then l. Now this shows you the files, the details of the file, and probably the date it was formed. So you have everything here to see when the date of that file was created, the time, sorry, yes, the time and date it was created. You can see more details about the files here and see the total of whatever all this is. So I'm going to be explaining all this later because I might not need all those ones now. And that's how to check files with details, when it was created, when it was formed. You can see this November 17 and the time it was formed, everything here. So you use clear to actually clear up your Linux. If you want to clear all this, just click on clear and you click enter. Now to show hidden files, you want to see some hidden files in your directory in your system, say lsa. Now you can see all the hidden files you can see here. When we used ls then l, we will not find all this. Neither when we use ls we don't find all this, but this is used for finding hidden files in your system. So now you can see all the hidden files, the Java, the template, the VBox client, and every other thing we have here today. We even have this one here too, you can see. So that's for checking for hidden files in the system, in the Linux system. So we want to change directory too. So this command is for changing directory. It's also called change directory, cd. So cd, let's say document. And one thing about Linux, it is case sensitive, so very case sensitive. So let's say I list out this. Now you can see documents, it is with capital letter D. So let's say I say cd, then I say document, no such file, because it's very case sensitive. So you have to change the D to a capital letter and then you have it. Now I'm in the document directory. So cd is for going into a directory. Now you want to jump out of that directory, just say cd then space dot dot and then you leave the directory. Now you can see I'm at the directory. To leave a directory, just click on C dot dot. And also, if you're in many directories, so let's say you're in multiple directories, and after being in multiple directories, you want to leave all directories right at once, just say cd hash. That'll take you straight to the home directory. Let's say you're in like 15 directories at once, then just click on cd then hash. Then you leave all the directories all at once. So now we have the file and directory management, where you will create file to you navigate your file and everything. So this command is for creating a file out of the blue. So let's say file1.txt. So touch is used for creating a file. Now I say touch file1.txt. Now the file has been created. To check it, I click on ls and then I can find my file1.txt here. So now I have the file, but I don't know how to put something inside. Well, you can use the nano to open a file. So a nano can also open a file and give it an extension. For example, I can say nano file.py. Now I've opened a Python file, which means when I write any Python code in it with the right bash script, it's going to work. Sorry, with the right configuration of headings, it's going to work. So now I want to open this file. I say file1 file1.txt. Now nano, I've opened the file. Now I can write whatever I want to write inside the file, and I click on Control S and Control X to exit. Now I can say cat file1 dot txt. Now cat is for opening a file. Cat is for opening a file. Say cat file1.txt, it is going to give me every content of that file. Now I can say I have all the content of this file because I've written content in it before through using the nano to open it and drop whatever I want to drop inside. Remember, touch is for creating a file. So clear. Now for this example, so there's another one to create. Now that's creating a file. Now let's create a directory. So directory is mkdir, which stands for make directory. So let's say make directory dir1, and that is it. I've created a directory. Now to look at it, I can find it here. That is my directory dir1 ls. No, to get inside, say cd dir1. Now I'm into my directory, and I can check whatever is inside. Nothing. I can create another directory if I want to. I can create a file inside and say file, file1.txt, and I say ls, and I found a file in the directory as well. So now let's say I want to remove this file from this directory. So to remove, you say rm, then file1.txt. Now this is for removing a file. This is for removing a file. I say ls. You can see. So I said rm remove file1.txt, and it has been removed. I see when I type ls, I can't find it anymore. Meanwhile, this will not open. This will not happen for a directory. So let's clear this. Now let's say I want to delete a whole directory. Let's say I want to delete this directory dir1, and I say rm dir1. You can see it's not going to remove. Why? Because it's a directory. So there's a kind of way I have to use to remove it. Let's say rm, then r, then dir1. Now I've removed this directory. Now the removing directory is using adding this r to it. This is the tag that makes it remove the directory hopefully. So when I say ls, you can see I can no longer find the directory. So now this is file and directory management. So let's talk about copying file. Now I have file 1. Let me create another file. Let's say file 2. File 2. Okay, now we have the content in file 1, right? And now I want to copy whatever is in file 1 into whatever is in file 2. So now I have file 1, as you can see. Let's say cat file 1. You can have what is in file 1 here. Now let's put some content into file 2, and let's say file2.txt, and I type whatever I want to type here. Now Control S, Control X to leave. Now I have file 2 to be this, and file 1 to be this. So now I want to copy whatever is in file 1 into what is in file 2. So how do I do I do that? I use the cp command line. That stands for copy. So copy file 1 to file 2. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So when I say cp file 1 file 2, it means it's going to copy whatever is in file 1 into what is in file 2. And when I click enter, okay, let's search file directory, right? Because I have an issue with the spelling. Oh yeah, sorry, file1 dot txt, then file2 dot txt. You see, if I don't write it complete, it's not going to work. Now I have to write the whole thing. Now I've copied whatever is in file 1 into what is in file 2. Mind you, it's not yet deleted. File 1 it won't be deleted. Just copy. I only copied it. Now when I check cat file 1, I see this. And when I check cat file 2, I'm going to be seeing both. Now I have what I have in file 1 and now in file 2. It overwrote what was in file 2 before earlier. It overwrite it and then place the new one I'm trying to put inside and place it there for me. So that's about copying. And that also goes for directory. So let's create a directory again. Like we said, make dir1, and then let's create another directory, dir2. Now I've created two directories, and I want to copy whatever file is in directory 1 into into directory 2. So I can say cp, then I'm going to add this r because it's a directory. So dir1 to dir2. Now whatever is in dir1 has been copied into dir2, but as you have it here, we didn't create any file in dir1, so nothing is going to be moving actually because there's nothing in dir1 right from the start. So let's try to create something in dir1 in the first directory. So let's say touch file one or whatever, then file one, yeah, let's see, in a text file. Now I have something in the R1. Now let's go back home and say copy dir1 to dir2. Now when I click ls, I'm still gonna be seeing my things. Now let's go check dir1. Now I never wrote anything in dir2, which means with the file I have in dir1 will be transferred to dir2, to the second directory. So I'm gonna say cd dir1, and you can see what is in dir1. And let me go back and check for dir2 also, and say dir2, and I see the same thing there too, because right now we can see the old directory is inside the first directory. Now the whole dir1 directory moved inside dir2, and when I click on it I can actually navigate my way into dir2 and still, okay, oh sorry, dir1, it's dir1, and still find it. And now you can see I'm going to click on ls, I'm going to be seeing my file. Now this is very good and can come in handy for emergency purposes, and it's going to really take a lot of work. So go back home straight up. Yes. All right, now we have the two files created and the two directories we've created. Now let's say you want to move a file, you want to move a file, you're going to say mv. Now mv is for moving. Like say let's say mv file1.txt to file2.txt. Now I am moving it. Now when I move this first file to the second file, this first file is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. We won't see this again at all because I moved it away. So let's say ls. Now I can't find file 1 any longer. It's now inside file 2. Now this is different from copying. Move is more like copy and paste. Sorry, copy and cut, you get. So we move the whole of file 1 into file 2. So when I come here and say cat file 2, oh, I'm still gonna be saying what is in file one. Oh yeah, that's how it is actually. It overwrites. It's still the same thing, still the same context. So that's why it makes no difference. But still the same context. All right. We've talked about all that. Now let's talk about the system information and monitoring. So now let's say you want to check the system information. You use so I'm not gonna be displaying mine, but when you type on this, when you type this uname a, it's going to show your system information, um the name and all of an ip address probably, then all the things you need to know about your system. Just I think just a line is going to bring out just a line on the video. So just take this down. Now when you want to check the running processes in your Kali at the moment, what are the processes running, on your Windows you do that on taskbar here, and you see all what is running currently. But when you use top on here, just top, it's going to show everything running, every process is running in your system at the moment. Just stop and you're going to see all this, yes, you're going to see they are all running. Now I want to stop this because it keeps on updating and running. When I stop, I say control c, stop all the process. Like it doesn't stop the process, just stop this from loading and showing me the information I really don't need at the moment. So control c, now I can go back to my Kali, and that's for checking. Now we have another one relating to top. It's called htop. Well, I don't install it yet. This is a beta version of top, and you might need to install it. So when you say htop, it might is not so. We're not install. Just click on yes and let's install it and see. Right, it's taking a while. All right, so that's it. Now I have the htop. So let's say htop, and now this is a better version of top. As you can see, this shows a well detail of what is running on your system, everything running at the moment, the PID, the user, everything running at the moment on your Kali. So this shows a lot of information, and you can see the memory, you can see the range of the memory, you can see what you've used out of what is left. You can see the task running at the moment, you can see the time, the uptime. Now this has been up for 2 hours now. Yeah, 2 hours. So this system has been up for 2 hours. You can see how well it has been running so far, the Kali Linux, the Linux machine. So this is a very handy tool to actually check for your system health and know what is going on. So like I said, click on Ctrl C to cancel that, because you can see a signal to interrupt was received, blah blah blah. So use Ctrl C to exit from this part. Now the networking commands, the network command not so complex, but I'm just gonna be pressing through. Okay, now I want to check your IP address of your system. You can either use if config, or you use IPA. Now you can either use one of these two. So I'm not going to be typing this. I'm not going to be showing my IP address of the system for some purposes. But when you use if config, it's going to show the IP address of your system. And if you use IP or you use IPA or IPADDR, like this IP address, it's going to show your IP address, your IPv6 and MAC address. You're going to see everything, every addresses on your system, on everything. So we have another command when you want to check for your internet, your network connectivity. You can either use Cloudflare or Google point, Google IP point. This is ping 8.8.8 or ping 1.1.1 to check for your network connection. And when you do this and you're seeing something like this, it means your Linux machine is connected to the internet. So just click on Control C to terminate because it's going to keep on going. Same thing for 8.8.8. This is going to show everything running on your system. It's going to show, sorry, it's going to show how well it's connected to the system, and you can see the bytes coming in and going out and all. So it's going to clear this once again. Now that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching. But on a more last note, there's something I want to say, but this is only for good purposes. Be careful. This is not for bad purposes. Now, when you switch to root user, when you want to switch to root user on your system, a super user, you use the word sudo. Now, this sudo is used converting yourself into a super user, that is a root. So when I say sudo su, we're going to ask for a password, or this doesn't ask for password. But when you do it on your own, all right, yeah, I've written a password before already for sudo. So if you type sudo su, it's going to take you straight to a super user, an admin user. Now I don't have to use sudo to do anything again. I can just type anything I want to type straight up. This has a lot of benefits, but I'm not going to be talking about all that in this video. So maybe in the next video, I'm going to be talking about the root user. So going to be talking about the root user in another video from maybe. And okay, let's just go on installation. Yeah, so when you want to install anything in your Kali machine, you just use sudo then apt. Want to update, upgrade, or whatever. So when you want to refresh package list, when you want to refresh package list, you say sudo apt update. Now this update all your package lists and show if there's anything you need to upgrade on or check on, and it helps you automatically update some random packages as well. So this is good actually. Whenever you log in your Kali, always use sudo apt update because these tools constantly evolve and grow, and you don't want to be out of the system. Believe me, you don't want to be out of the system just now. So these are all this for now, and this is keep on going, just gonna terminate it. And when you want to upgrade all your system, all your version or stuff, you use sudo apt upgrade. And it's going to upgrade everything you need to upgrade, not just updates. This is going to upgrade them. Now it's calculating, checking what can be upgraded in the system, and also I'm going to terminate that now. I do not need upgrading at the moment. All right, so when you want to remove tool, when you want to remove a tool, let's say you install something called Gabriel, I want to remove it, just say sudo apt remove, sudo apt remove, then the name of the package you installed, let's say maybe subfinder. Then, oh, I don't have subfinder here, so it's gonna remove subfinder if subfinder is there. So sudo apt remove the name of the package, and it's going to remove it. You get? So that is that for this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll meet on the next time.